Welcome, yogis. Elizabeth Scala here from Living Sublimely Well. Thank you for tuning in and joining me for today's session. We are going to enjoy a really gentle, um, not too long, hopefully just right, easeful practice today. We're going to be mainly seated on our mats, uh, and I would encourage you, if you have handy, go ahead and grab your props. It's always good to have some type of support, such as a block. And if you don't own a block, you can use board game boxes or potentially textbooks. So grab something. We never like a limb, like an arm or a leg, to just dangle in space. The blocks support us to be able to reach and connect with a grounding surface. Additionally, if you have some kind of strap, that just helps us to reach further and go deeper into the stretch, um, and potentially, just help you. All of these supports are to help us have a gentle and, as I mentioned, easeful practice. Um, if you have any restrictions, any medical limitations, any kind of, uh, I don't know of another word besides restriction, but something that a healthcare professional has told you not to do or to stay away from, honor any of the care or suggestions, recommendations you've received from healthcare providers. Listen to those. Of course, I can't see you through the screen. You can only see me. So I wouldn't be able to see if you need adjusting or if you are incorrectly in a pose. So first and foremost, above all and anything else, honor your body, listen to your body, honor its needs, and if any of the postures or poses, or even of these gentle stretches as we warm up, if any of them cause sharp, shooting, intense pain, back out of the stretch, back out of the posture, sit and breathe quietly, and then join us with the next pose. Now, if you feel a sensation that is somewhat of an ache or a tension, but it's not sharp and it's not shooting at you, it's just a gentle ache or a, I don't know, elongated tension. It's essentially the posture, the pose, and you're stretching into it, and that's okay. So uh, honor your body, as I say each week. You will know what you can do, you will know what you cannot do. The beauty of yoga practice is that it's about the moment now. Every time you come to the yoga mat or a yoga chair or any of your practices, anytime you come, it is a new beginning. It is a chance to explore the pose with curiosity. So you want to stretch yourself to the edge of the posture, and you will know that when you honor and listen to your body. But each day is a new day. You may find some days you were able to stretch more deeply. You may find some days you're a little more contracted and tight. It all depends with the flow of living life and where your body is at in this moment. So treat yoga as a moment by moment experience. Yoga is in the now, in this moment. So, that information being said, let us begin. If you have um, any kind of, we're going to take a easy cross-legged seated posture here. And if you have any trouble opening your legs into this cross-legged posture, if your knees are really way up near your shoulders, go ahead and take a yoga block or a pillow or a cushion or even a blanket folded up and just have that block, that support underneath your sits bones. That helps you to elevate your hips above your knees, and that helps you to as we continue to stretch and open up through practice, sit here in a gentle way. So go ahead and take that seated posture of your choice. And let's bring our attention to the breath in this moment, in this practice. Your hands can be on your thighs or in your lap, whatever's most comfortable for you. But allowing your hands to rest and connect somewhere. So you'll see I have a block here. This is my afflicted arm, and I'm not able to fully straighten it. So recovering from elbow surgery, you may need a block underneath the arm that had the operation, just to kind of see where you're at. And then gently take your eyes and either close them or take a soft gaze to the edge of your mat. Take a breath in and out of the nose. You have arrived. Throughout the practice, I'll be reminding us to link the breath to the movement. So just noticing your breath in this moment and observing the breath as you sit, seated, breathing, now. Throughout yoga practice, we link the breath to the movement so that we can feel the body, notice the body's sensations, and allow those sensations to give us information. The body talks to us, and throughout our busy days, we often fail to listen. That's why we link breath with movement in practice. That's why we feel the body in the yoga. So with that, on your next inhale, send the gaze towards the sky. And when your exhale happens, go ahead and bring chin to chest. Moving the head in this yes, shaking yes position, so up and down at the pace of your breath. When you find yourself inhaling, gaze up towards the sky. And when you notice yourself to exhale, chin to chest. Breathe and move. Breath with movement. Come on back to neutral and let's turn the head side to side. Inhaling to turn, exhaling to center. Noticing the breath, and as you breathe, you move. Coming back to neutral. If your eyes were closed, you might perhaps gently blink them open, or you can keep them closed, up to you. This time around, we're going to go ahead and take our left ear and let it rest towards the left shoulder. And just pause here for a moment, sending the gaze up and then looking down as that left ear stays reaching towards the left shoulder. Notice where you're feeling the stretch in the body. See if you can send the breath to where you feel the sensation. Go ahead and allow your chin to drop towards your chest and bringing the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, playing with the stretch, looking up, noticing how that feels, gazing down as well. You honor your body and notice where you're feeling sensation. Where does the neck speak to you in this practice? Go ahead and allow that chin to drop towards the chest. Going back to the first side, left ear towards the left shoulder. Perhaps you pick up the left hand and place it on the right side of your head and just gently deepen that stretch. Keep breathing. Breathe into where you feel those sensations. Go ahead and release the hand if you put it up, allowing that chin to drop towards chest, and then the right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, taking the right hand. And if you need a block to assist, or not, just take that right hand and place it on the left side of the head, deepening the stretch in the left side of the neck. Breathing into where you feel sensations. If you did put the hand up there, releasing the hand, coming back to the neutral position, neutral spine. Great job, Yogi. Let's go ahead and take the seated cat-cow. So on the inhale, I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see. No need to turn for yourself, but on the inhale, you're going to lift the chest towards the heaven. Slight back bend in the lower back. Drop your shoulders. Lift the head. And then when you exhale, you're going to round the back. Your belly button is coming towards your spine, tucking your chin. Inhale, arching the back, dropping the shoulders, lifting the chest. Gaze up. Exhale, round the back, belly button towards spine, tucking chin to chest. Linking the breath with the movements. As you inhale, lift the gaze, drop those shoulders, chest lifts, slight arch in that back. As you exhale, round the back, belly button towards spine, dropping the chin to chest. The pace of the movements follows the pace of your breath. Keep breathing, and with the breathing, keep moving. Movement and breath. See if you can move every vertebra in that spine, deep into the lower back, all the way up to the neck, flexing and extending, arching and rounding. The spinal breathing is so good for back health, for mental health, for overall well-being. Great job, yogis. Go ahead and bring that spinal breath to stillness. And now we're going to move side to side laterally. So with the inhale, sending one arm up towards the sky, and with the exhale, leaning over towards the side. And let's pause here for a moment. When we are leaning towards the side, our chest is lifted towards the heavens. Our gaze is up towards the elbow, taking deep stretch, breathing into the side body. Send the breath to where you feel sensations. Keep breathing here. With your inhale, lifting up back to center, exhaling that arm down. Let's do it again on the other side, inhaling up, exhaling over to the side, pausing here, ensuring that the chest is lifted, the shoulders are open, the gaze is up towards the elbow, and reaching deeply, breathing into the side body. Sending the breath to the sensations. Inhaling back up and exhaling that arm down. Now this time we will move more quickly with the breath. But it's important to remember to keep that chest open as you lean laterally. Don't let your chest concave and the shoulders drop in. Keep an open chest, a lifted clavicle, and your gaze upwards. So we're going to link the breath with the movements. Inhaling arm up, exhaling over to the side. Keep that chest lifted. Inhaling that arm back up, exhaling it down. Other side. Inhale the arm up, exhale lean. Inhale the arm up, exhale down. Now moving with your breath. Last time. Meeting me back at neutral. Great job, yogis. So I bet you can check I imagine you could tell me what the next movement is if you've been doing these weekly classes with me along. So we've moved our spine forwards and back when we did the spinal breathing. Then we just went side to side, and now we're going to go for the twist. So that's the moving the spine in 6 different directions for good spine health, body health, mental health, just overall well-being. All right, so inhale, lift and lengthen through your core, through that middle, lifting long and tall through the top of your head. And then as you exhale, turning one direction towards your shoulder. Your hand behind you is going to be placed at the hip behind you. So if you need a block, go ahead and put one there. Inhaling to lift and lengthen, exhaling to twist. Inhaling to lift long and tall, and exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale to lift, and exhale to twist. Keep on breathing. Go ahead and gently unwind back to neutral. We'll take the other side. So sitting up long and tall, grounding yourself through your sits bones and lifting through the crown of your head. Lift and lengthen, and then exhale to twist. Inhale to lift up through the spine. Exhale, twisting over your shoulder just a little bit deeper. Inhale to lift up. Exhaling to twist. Gently unwinding back to the middle. Great job, yogis. All right, if you did have a block underneath you, go ahead and remove the block. Still seated, we're going to move into the Sufi grind. So just allowing your sits bones to grind into the earth beneath you and making large circles at the shoulders, allowing yourself to move, warming up the hips, moving the spine all different directions. You can make the circles as large or as small as you like, continuing to link the breath with the movement. So inhale as you move forward, exhaling towards the back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Let's go the opposite direction. Continuing to link breath with movement. Continuing to breathe. Great job, yogis. Let's come to stillness. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and extend our feet out long in front of us. If the backs of your legs are feeling tight, you can take blocks, a pillow or blankets, and just place them underneath the backs of your knees. We're going to do the forward fold, so we're stretching forward and reaching towards our toes, reaching towards our ankles, our feet, wherever we can reach. This might be where you can take a strap and wrap it around the balls of your feet, especially if you're unable to reach all the way with one of your arms or both. Go ahead and sit up long and tall. Lengthen through the sits bones. Ground those sits bones into the earth beneath you. Sitting up, it's as if there's a string pulling up the crown of your head and down through the sits bones. So lengthen that spine. And as you exhale, just tilting forward at the hips. You may not be able to go very far, keeping that spine straight, so not rounding the back just yet. Inhaling through the length of the head up through the crown, then exhaling, just tilting a bit at the hips. Inhaling to lift and lengthen, exhaling to tilt. See, I'm not going very far. Inhaling to lift and lengthen, and this time rounding the back all the way down, allowing your chest to move towards your thighs, your nose towards your knees, dropping your head, and then grabbing onto your strap, your feet, your ankles, your shins, wherever you can reach. And then breathing here in the forward fold. Breathe into the back side of your body. Notice where you're experiencing any sensations in the body. And then send the breath to those physical sensations. With your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands up your legs, slowly and gently coming back up to seated. If you did place blocks or pillows under your knees, you can go ahead and release those. Now we're going to take the butterfly posture, so the soles of our feet will come together, touching in front of us. We're making a very large diamond with our legs. Again, if you need a little bit of support, placing those blocks just underneath the outsides of your knees, the outsides of those upper thighs. And just as before, we're going to inhale, lengthening through the spine. So sitting long and tall, grounding your sits bones into the earth, as well as pulling the crown of the head up towards the heavens, lengthening that spine with the inhale, and with the exhale, just tilting, hinging at the hips. So your back is still, let me plug your back is still flat. It's just as though you're hinging at your hips. Sorry, I have to plug my phone in. Hinging at your hips. Okay. Inhale, lifting to lengthen. And exhale, just hinging a little bit deeper. And then finally, inhale, lift and lengthen. And when you can't hinge any further with that flat back, go ahead and exhale, rounding your back. Your hands come to your ankles or your feet, dropping your head down. Noticing where you're feeling the sensations. Breathing into the body. Continuing to breathe in and out of the nose. With your inhale, taking your hands, pressing yourself back up to seated. Great job, yogis. Awesome. All right, let's extend our legs out long. And let's actually bend the knees, soles of the feet coming to the mat, and just allowing our knees to drop from side to side, windshield wipering our legs. Our hands are behind us, and if you need a block or something to reach the ground, go ahead and place that underneath your hands. Just windshield wipering, releasing your hips. releasing the lower back. Great. Okay. Coming back up to seated, let's extend one leg long and bend the other leg so that the sole of the foot is coming in towards the knee area. Now, you can take that straightened leg, and what you're going to do is you're also going to bend it. You're going to take the outside of your ankle and place it on the thigh just below the knee. The other knee will be kind of suspended in the air, and the other knee is kind of dangling over the foot. This might be intense right here for you, for your hips, so you might just stay right here. However, if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, hinging forward with that flat back, just as we did before, hinging until you feel sensations in the body. So feeling and breathing. Notice where you feel the stretch in the outside of your hips and the backs of your hips likely. And only go as deep as your breath allows in this moment. Keep breathing. Inhaling, pushing yourself back up if you're bent forward at all. We're going to take the other side. So go ahead and allow that top leg to come out and lengthen the other leg. Just as before, hands come behind the hips, soles of the feet to the mat, and just allow your knees to windshield wiper from side to side. Great. So extend the opposite leg long, bending that knee. So you're going to have your leg bent in front of you. Your shin is kind of parallel to the top of your mat. Then you're going to take that top leg and the outside of your ankle, you're going to place just below the knee on the thigh. Again, that knee's kind of dangling over the other ankle. Again, you might feel the stretch right here, and you might stay right here, and you might be like, Elizabeth, that's that. That's great. Or just, again, this is about exploring your edge. So just feel the body, keep breathing, and just see where potentially you might be able to lean forward into. Explore your edge of the stretch, continuing to breathe. As you breathe, notice sensation. Explore the posture. Go ahead and gently press yourself back up to seated, removing any blocks, untangling those legs, allowing them to come out in front of you one more time, windshield wipering side to side. Great job, yogis. Excellent. Now we're going to lie down on our backs here in a moment, but before we do, I just want to do some upper body, some specific stretching and just kind of gently flowing for our arms, especially our shoulders and elbows. So go ahead and inhale the shoulders up, exhale them down the back. Inhale them up, exhaling down. Moving at your pace of your breath. Excellent. Let's go the opposite direction. Again, your inhale is lifting. Your exhale is dropping down. Wonderful. Let's bring that to stillness. Let's bring our arms out in front of ourselves and just gently taking our hands, opening, closing the arm at the elbow, doing where you can today as best you're able, honoring your body, listening to its needs. All right, opening out, having our arms out in front of us. And let's just rotate, palms facing up, palms facing down. Keep breathing, noticing where you're feeling sensation in the body, and send the breath to those feelings. Great job, yogis. All right, let's lift and lower at the wrist, fingers pointing down, fingers pointing up. Let's go ahead and take those movements from side to side. So kind of windshield wipering at the wrists, waving hello, waving goodbye. And then open and close your fingers, stretching the fingers out wide. Maybe opening the face too, stretching the face muscles. Makes my earbuds pop out. Stretching those face muscles. Opening and closing the mouth wide. Stretching the jaw. Go ahead and shake those fingers out. Shake at the wrists. Shake the whole arm. And let's do one for our eyes. And actually, it's connected to the neck. So this is good for the neck muscles. The eye muscles and neck muscles are connected. Go ahead and keep your head absolutely steady. So you're going to keep your focal point neutral and your head is not going to move. But then you're going to rotate only the eyeballs. So looking up towards 12 o'clock and then to the side towards 3 o'clock, eyeballs down towards 6 o'clock, eyeballs to the other side towards 9 o'clock. And just keep going like that in a a clockwise. Just go in one direction, looking down to the side, up. Only moving the eyeballs, not moving the head at all. Do it about 3 times one way and then go the opposite direction. Again, keeping the head fully steady and only moving the eyeballs to the sides, upwards, other side, down. It's kind of intense for me, this practice. Okay, blinking the eyes a few times. Wonderful, yogis. Let's go ahead and start lying down on our backs. We're going to get to our Shavasana corpse pose soon, but we're going to do a couple of leg stretches and um, twists to finish us off. So go ahead and get yourself to a lying down on your back posture, legs extending long. Take an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Wonderful. Allow both legs to bend, hugging your knees in towards your chest. And if you're able, wrapping your arms around your legs. Just letting yourself rock from side to side, gently massaging your spine. Keep on breathing, feeling any physical sensations, sending the breath to the body. All right, coming to stillness, allowing the soles of the feet to come to the mat, and then letting one leg lengthen and the other leg remain bent. Go ahead and take your strap and hook it around the ball of your foot. Slight bend in your knee, and just pulling that foot towards your head, pulling the knee towards the chest. Just go ahead and breathe, stretching the leg. The other leg that's long is lengthened down on the mat. Using your hands to pull the leg that's lifted towards you. Stretching the leg, breathing into sensation. And then go ahead and bend the knee of the leg that's in the air, bringing the knee towards your shoulder as much as you're able, and then making circles with the knee. Making circles with the knee in one direction. And then go ahead and reverse those circles, moving the knee in a circle in opposite direction. Coming to stillness, keeping that leg bent. Go ahead and scoot yourself over towards your knee side, the leg that's bent. Scoot your hips towards the bent leg side, allowing yourself to roll onto the hip of the lengthened leg side, onto the hip of your straight leg. The bent knee is going to come across the body, so we're moving into a twist. Allow the bent knee to flop over to the opposite side. Your arms can extend long in a T, and your gaze can be up towards the sky, or your gaze can be turned towards the fingertips opposite the bent knee. So you're gazing away from your knee, or your gaze can be up towards the sky. Keep breathing. Go ahead and gently start unwinding, lifting that bent knee back up into the air. Lift up your hips so that they're back square to the mat. In fact, the sole of the foot can come to the mat, and just lift up your bottom to kind of straighten your hips back out. Before we move to the other side, we're going to do one more pose here with this bent leg, the reclined pigeon. So go ahead and bend the other leg. I'm sorry, keep that leg long. The leg that is bent, lift it up to the sky again. Then bend the other leg so that you have your solar foot to the mat. The leg that is lifted, take the outside of the ankle and place it on the thigh, just below the knee. If you're already feeling the stretch, you can stay right here. Or perhaps if you'd like to take it a little deeper, lift that foot off the ground, pulling both of your legs in towards your chest. Your arms will clasp, your hands clasp together to the thigh underneath your calf. Breathe into the body. Breathe into where you feel the stretch, exploring the edge of the posture. Go ahead and place the foot back to the mat, lifting the bent leg up into the air and then lowering it down to the mat. The leg that is bent with the sole of the foot on the mat, we're now going to work with. So go ahead and lift that leg into the air. If you had your strap, putting it around the ball of that foot. If you don't have a strap, your arms can either grab your thigh or your calf. Don't just put any pressure on the knee. Allow your knee to be gently bent and then start gently with gravity, with the help of gravity, pulling the knee towards the chest, pulling that foot towards your face, just pulling the leg to deepen that stretch. Keep breathing. If you have a strap, go ahead and release the strap, bending that leg, bringing the knee towards the shoulder. And then go ahead and make those circles with the knee in one direction. And then go ahead and move the knee in a circle in the opposite direction. Loosening up the hip joints. Keep on breathing. Coming to stillness. All right. So bringing the sole of the foot to the mat, the knee is still bent. Like last time, we're going to take a twist. So lift the hips in the air and then scoot yourself towards that bent leg. So ultimately, you're going to roll over onto the hip of the straightened leg. The bent knee is going to come across the body. The arms are opening up to a T, keeping your shoulders pinned flat. Your gaze is up towards the sky, or your gaze is out over the fingertips, opposite side of that bent knee. Gaze would be away from the knee, or your gaze can be up to the sky. Breathing into the body, continuing to follow the breath. Inhaling to bring the knee back up to the center. Lifting, putting the foot to the floor, lifting those hips back up in the air to square your hips. Now, the leg that is bent can get lifted, lift the foot in the air. The leg that is long, bring that sole of the foot to the mat. Bend the lifted leg, taking the outside of the ankle and placing it on the upper thigh, just below the knee, moving to the 4 square pose. You can stay right here, or you can pick up the sole of the foot that's on the mat. Let your hands clasp behind your thigh, so threading the needle through the hole, and then pulling your legs in towards your chest. Noticing the breath, continuing to breathe in and out of the nose, sending the breath to where you feel the body. Go ahead and release the hands, release that foot back to the mat. Lift that bent leg up into the air, and then bring the foot back on the mat so both soles of the feet are on the mat. Go ahead and gently let the knees drop from side to side. Coming to stillness. Let's take happy baby before we move into Shavasana. So go ahead and lift the feet off the mat, bending the knees, hugging the knees towards the chest. You can stay right here with your hands on your shins as we did earlier, or if you choose, you can take your hands inside your feet to the soles of the feet, rocking back and forth, smiling if you choose, like the happy baby this posture says we are. Breathing into the body. And then choose to take any final stretches you like. Maybe elongating and stretching deep over long like a pencil, or maybe legs up. Just any final stretch that your body's calling for. After you have finished with any final movements the body is asking for, you can go ahead and start making your way to corpse pose. Lying flat on your back, legs extended. If this bothers your lower back, you can go ahead and slide a blanket or a pillow or bolster underneath your knees, even the yoga blocks we used earlier. Again, if your lower back talks to you and you need something, just slide it under your knees. Allow the pinky toes to flop open towards the corners of your mat. Lift up your hips just to ensure that your tail is tucked. And then same, lift up your shoulders to ensure the shoulder blades slide down the back. You can rest your arms out with your palms facing up, away from the body. Alternatively, if it's more comfortable for you, you can rest one hand on the belly just below the navel and one hand in the heart center. It's up to you. Gently close your eyes if you haven't already, and allow your breath to return to its normal pace and rhythm, breathing in and out of the nose. Allowing your body and mind to relax. Just letting yourself be. Just be for these next few moments. Be with the breath, be with the stillness, be with the now. Go ahead and just begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, increasing those small movements, allowing them to grow. Just rotating at the wrists and ankles, perhaps sending the hands overhead and pointing the toes long, taking a deep, full body stretch as if waking for the first time today. Very slowly and easily rolling over to one side and then gently pushing yourself up to a seated posture of your choosing. Coming back up to that cross-legged posture as we began the practice. Allowing your hands to drop to your sides. And then inhaling, palms facing up, gazing towards the sky, allowing your hands to come together. Exhaling, palms together to heart center. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me, friends. Namaste. Great job, yogis. I'm so glad you um, joined me in this practice. I do appreciate it. I would love any feedback, any comments, any questions. Go ahead and leave those below. Any insights, any aha moments, any feelings in the body, I'd welcome to hear about those too. Or any requests for upcoming classes or postures or anything you'd like to share with me. Go ahead and do that. I'd also encourage you to, if you're interested, find out more about me and my practice. You can visit me at my website, which is my name, elizabethscala.com. Over there, you'll find blogs, videos, more resources, and opportunities to work with me one on one. Yeah, so until then, until our next time together, be well, keep breathing, keep listening to your body. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.